LeBron.
Somebody told me that. All right, first question for Alex. We'll start with Michael back here.
Alex, I know Michael Cohen, CHL.com. This team had a lot of players transfer out in the offseason, but a lot of the wide receiver group stayed here. Including Kobe Pace over with him before they came back out. What was it about that room that you think helped a lot of you guys to stay around on the coaching transition, trying to coach around the coach?
Really, we love UNC as a whole, school-wise. You know, it's a great education. I mean, a lot of us guys, like, we're really close off the field. So just talking to each other, seeing what we were thinking, and then we had a good coach, Coach Belichick's hard to pass up on that. Then Coach McGee came in, and we talked to him, and we had some talks, and we liked everything that he talked about. So that's really why we just decided to stay together and keep building.
And follow up on that, a lot of the senior group graduated last year at JJ. Who has stepped up early on in camp as sort of senior leader?
I mean, we're a young group, so Coach McGee, he knew that coming in, and he told us we were going to have to make plays early. So really, everybody's just been making plays, making the most of our opportunity, and that's really it, just everybody stepping up and getting better each day.
Can we go to Jeremiah in front here?
Yeah, Jeremiah Holloway with Inside Carolina. Alex, for you personally, obviously, you know, coming out of that first year and everything like that, what do you feel were some of the main lessons that you learned in your first year of college? And also, what would you consider, you know, maybe some of the strengths of your game at this point?
Really, I learned to just be patient and wait for time, make most of your opportunities. You know, I didn't really get a lot to show what I could do last year. So it's kind of a little motivation factor for me just to show what I can do. And I just learned, you know, just be patient in the process, take your time, learn what you can learn from the older guys. You know, like you said, we had guys like JJ and David Cullen last year, and I learned a lot from them. So just really building off of that and showing the young guys now what I can do. And I feel like some of my strengths are, you know, catching, making some of those 50-50 balls, 80-20 rule. So just try to come away any ball that fits in my way.
Let's go to Aaron.
Aaron Beard from the AP. Several of the players, as we got out of spring and in the early summer, talking about it was pretty unique to be coached by Bill Belichick. I had a lot of people asking what it's like. Now you've gone through a camp, or most of the camp, you're still grinding through it. You've been coached hard by these guys for several weeks. I'm curious, does it feel more normal, for lack of a better term, as opposed to the celebrity factor when he came in? Do you still get a lot of questions from friends about it?
Right now, it's definitely normal now. You know, I done been with him since January, so I done got to stay with him, have conversations with him, just build over the time. And you know, it's still kind of crazy to think about, like, wow, Bill Belichick's your coach, but I mean, we're getting close to the season, so it's like, I mean, it's just there. And I still kind of get some questions from friends, and like, so how is he, stuff like that. I'm just like, I mean, he's a regular person just like us. So it's pretty normal now. I'm used to it.
Andrew Jones started 24/7. I hear Gio throws some darts, some pretty tight balls. Take us through running a route and getting a ball from Gio.
I mean, I just try to put him in the best situation I can, find the holes in the defense, seeing if he wants to give me a little check or something, bring the coverages and stuff like that. I mean, I got a little used to left-hand quarterbacks. You know, my high school, I played with Ryan Stevens, so I'm used to that left-hand ball. And we was throwing in the offseason as a whole group, so kind of got used to catching the ball from him and seeing what he likes and things like that.
Was there any adjustment with the way he throws? Kind of a different release point. Let's say Max is like 5 inches taller, and maybe Gio throws a little bit tighter ball. Was there any adjustment with that?
Not really. Like I said, I'm used to the left hand, so it wasn't too much difference with that. And yeah, it's pretty similar to things I've experienced in the past.
Let's go to Michael. All right, we're going to go to Adam.
Adam Smith, Inside Carolina. Hey, Alex. When Belichick was in here, he called you smart, dependable, and versatile. Like, how do you think you have gone about sort of earning that trust from what is pretty much an entirely new coaching staff? Like, what has been important to you to show them about your game?
Just like I said, making the most of what I can do. You know, anytime I'm on the field, whether it's special teams, offense, just showing what I can do in those situations. And you know, him coming from the NFL, I know special teams is a huge process. Like, we have more guys on this roster, but just finding any little things that I can do to just showcase that, and just listen to what he says in the meetings. You know, every little thing is important, and just trying to implement them fundamentals in my game just to show what I can do.
Just to follow up real quick, are they moving you inside and outside, like in terms of where you line up?
Some ways, you know, I'm just moving around anywhere I can. If they tell me to go inside, I will. If they tell me to stay outside, I will. So it really just depends where they want me in that situation.
Let's go to Grant here.
Hey, Grant Satcher, North Carolina Girls on SI. What has really stood out to you the most about Gio? I know he's a left-handed quarterback. There's some Justin Peters there, but trying to throw and catch. But what has really stood out to him the most?
Well, I'll speak off the field. You know, we've gotten a little closer. You know, just hanging out with him, seeing how the way he thinks. You know, on and off the field. You know, it's not just about that. So just getting that connection, just learning what he sees on the field, things like that. Seeing how he reads little different things, like I said, coverages wise, and just trying to figure out any little things that I can to make sure like he's most comfortable and find a way that if he needs me in a specific space, I can get that for him.
Noah Weisskopf, Tar Heel 24/7. Going into the offseason, what do you think were some of the things that you wanted to improve upon? Did you have goals set for yourself, and how do you think up to this point you fared throughout those?
Main thing I really wanted to focus on was just getting more explosive and faster and getting stronger. And working with Coach Moses, our strength conditioning coach, I feel like I have done that in a big way. Just in these little few months that he has been here, you know, I've been eating better, things like that. So I feel like I have been getting better than that. And on the field wise, I'll say route running. Just trying to get those little things, not choking my route too early, so that you can get that. And I feel like I have done a little bit better with that.
How would you describe his workouts?
I mean, they're definitely difficult for sure. You gotta love it, but just know in the back of my mind he's doing it for the better of the team and for me. So just gotta get through it regardless what it is.
We're gonna go to Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan Marshall, The Athletic. There's obviously been a lot of excitement and enthusiasm about the program ever since Bella was hired back in December. Now students are back. Is it different at all? What does it sort of feel like around campus, and how do you try to handle all the buzz around the program?
On campus, I'll say it's pretty regular right now. Everybody's still trying to figure out school, but I know once we get into season, you know, the games are going to be packed. A lot of people there, probably be a lot more noise about it, but I really try to stay off social media, don't really worry about too much about that, and just focus on the main thing, which is our team and getting better each and every day.
Let's go to Ron.
Rob Baxley, Fayetteville Observer. Alex, you know, whether you guys are in full pads or just shoulder pads, the DBs and wide receivers get to battle a little bit more than the linemen. How would you describe the physicality and contact y'all have had so far in those matchups?
I mean, going against those guys every day, you know, you have to get better or you're just not going to get the ball. So just figuring out little things that they do technique-wise, you know, if they're going to jam, press, off, they switch up a lot of things. And, you know, at first we did have to get used to that physicality part, and Coach McGee pushed that on us. And I feel like now we've done a lot better, and we can play through that contact. And being with Moses, we got a lot stronger. So I feel like we've gotten used to it. And every day it's a battle, so you know you have to come practice with the right mindset.
We're gonna go to Shelby.
Shelby's also with the Run Using Surgery. I'm curious, some of your teammates have spoken about, just particularly when it's like breaking down film with Belichick and that being really wow moments for them. And have you had a wow moment with Coach Belichick, and so what was that?
It's really minor things that he says that's wow for me, like the way he goes about things and just thinks about film. It's like I would never even have thought about that, and I just try to listen to any little thing that he says. I write down notes, and I'm just like, wow, like how can I add this to my game? How can I spread this onto my teammates, see how they can understand? So really it's just little things, but every day is something different. I'm like, okay, like I gotta lock in this meeting and really listen.
Well, if I may, maybe an example from a film session or in practice, you point out something that stood out to you.
Really it's just, for me, blocking wise, you know, if you know the running back's coming this way or not, just stay on that block a little longer, you know, upfield shoulder, so you know he's coming around you, the DB just can't get back wise. So just little things like that in each and every aspect.
We got Michael.
Hey guys, as someone who was here last season with Max Johnson, saw him go through that injury, his rehab. How cool was it to see him back out there practicing fully with you guys? And to your eyes, does it look like he could go out there and play against TCU?
I mean, it's just amazing and really an inspiration to me, just seeing the way he's battled every day, coming back from that injury. You know, I see him every day in the facility. He's never negative in no type of way, and just seeing the way he's worked back from that just gives me motivation. Like, wow, why can't I go through a little bit of soreness, stuff like that? So, and I definitely feel like he's ready to showcase what he can do against TCU in any way possible.
We're gonna go to the last one for David in the back.
I know you built out here, one of the things that he did was one of the brand, this is the 33rd NFL team. How have you seen that implemented over the last 9 months? Is there things that have been, whether it's on the practice field or running through drills or just nutrition, strength training, is there specific things that have been more, in your mind, more of a professional way of doing things?
Really food and, well, he brought in Moses, of course, which he was with him with the Patriots, so we're doing things that they've done, talk to Drake May, is like, yeah, same thing you guys are doing. We're basically doing the same thing with a little bit of tweaks, but just little things like that. Food is definitely big for me. I feel like I've gotten way stronger just off of that, just eating better. I've made sure my nutrition is right. And on the field wise, it's a lot of different things, concepts that he shows that could be shown in the NFL compared to college, and how we could like add that to our game and stuff like that. So I feel like we could be an NFL 33rd team.
Is there specific things in your diet that you changed just because of the nutrition step?
I was eating a lot of fried food, I'm not gonna lie. I love fried food. It's really good, but I know to get to my best self, I had to cut a lot of that out. So just started eating more greens, more fruits, and better meats for my body.
Perfect. Good stuff. Thanks so much, guys.
Appreciate it, Alex.